Hello everybody, how you doing today? My name is Layla Bedrock. Welcome to the tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you all how to make a brand new villager trading system that I came up with the other week, inspired by some really cool people. Now, I've spent hours and hours hanging out with these little dudes right here, figuring out how they work, and recently I was watching an episode of Hermitcraft, ImpulseSV, and he was showing off his villager trading farm. And I really liked the design. It was designed by someone named Megatronic. And before Megatronic, I was making villager trading halls like this. It's a double piston extender, mumbo jumbo style. And with this lever, the zombie comes down, zombifies the dude, and you cure him, all that fun jazz. And then there's a dispenser right here with arrows. So that's what I was doing before. When I seen Megatronic's design, this is what I came up with. I was super inspired by it. It's a really, really cool system. There's a built-in zombifier, there's a potion brewer, and there's a rail system that transports all the villagers. They're all in minecarts, which is extremely safe. I don't have to worry about anything despawning. And this is just a basic hull design, just quickly thrown together, just to show off the concept of it. This is what your trading hall will look like, just as the skeleton with no building around it. Really, really cool redstone contraption. Because Megatronic's design was in Java, I had to change some things because, Bedrock and all that kind of stuff, it's a little bit different. How this trading hall works is really, really simple. All you gotta do is select whatever villager you want to cure, then you just flick the lever, it'll drop down, get zombified, be released, splash with the potion, and it drops right back down where it needs to go. All you gotta do is cure it. As you guys can see, the time that it takes for the zombie to actually get zombified and then back into its cells, very, very short time. It's really, really quick. Real quick before we get into today's tutorial, I want to throw a big shout out to Megatronic, Silentwisperer, and ImpulseSV. They were the main inspirers for what led me to create this. It was I found it through Impulse's video, and then I found Megatronic, and then Impulse's potion brewer doesn't work on Bedrock, unfortunately, so Silentwisperer comes in clutch when it comes to a lot of really, really good tutorials and stuff like that. So shout out to Silent. Go follow them on Twitter and all their YouTube channels. Check all them out. That's really good. Also, shout out to the people that left positive feedback on my Twitter post whenever I made this. Thank you very much. To start off this build, you're going to be building in the southwest axis. So the front of it will be facing east. This build is going to be 17 blocks tall, 24 blocks wide, and 39 blocks long in total. That will cover the full space of everything here. I'll put building materials down in the description, but for those that like seeing it in video, I have all the materials right here. Now, quick side note, if you hate dealing with mobs like I do and you don't want anything to worry about it, use the sea lanterns that or the light sources that I provided in this. Otherwise, you can replace some of these sea lanterns and take them out because some of them might not be necessary. Start off, we're going to have 10 stacks of any solid block that you want. We're going to have 8 stacks plus 28 of any light source, so you can use the frog light. So you can use the frog lights, you can use shroom lights and sea lanterns, anything like that, or even glowstone. I use sea lanterns though because you can place them over top of chests, and the chests can still open. 3 stacks plus 20 redstone dust, 2 stacks and 22 of the slime blocks, 1 observer block, 3 stacks and 22 of glass, 2 stacks and 22 of powered rails, a stack and 10 of regular rails, 2 detector rails, a stack and 25 of redstone repeaters, 3 redstone comparators, a stack and 28 of block of redstone, 42 stairs of any kind, a stack of 40 of sticky pistons, 20 chests, 22 slabs of any kind, 22 ladders, 23 redstone torches, 21 levers, 20 villager working stations of any kind, 22 hoppers, 7 droppers, a dispenser, bed, brewing stand, powerful helmet, preferably netherite. This is, yeah, anyone can really do actually. A really strong sword that does lots of damage, such as netherite sword, sharpness 5. You're going to need 20 regular minecarts, 20 obsidian, 1 button, 18 water source blocks, 11 packed ice, a sign, and a piece of soul sand. Alright, because I know the struggle of building and survival, I'm going to also build this with you guys in survival, just so that, because I know it's kind of annoying whenever I see people flying around creative building massive builds, and then, take like 3 hours in creative, but, it takes like several hours in survival, so I'll go through the pain with you guys. One other thing to note here is that the material list that I've gathered is for 20 villagers slots, so if you want to have less, you aren't going to need as much material listing for this. If you need a representation of what you need for in shulker shells, everything here will fit nicely within 4 shulker shells there. Alright everyone, to start off this build, you're going to go 12 blocks along this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then from this block, you're going to go 14 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. This is where you're going to place your bed. This bed is going to be what all villagers are going to be synced to, and it's the only one that you need for the whole build. You're then going to take your light source blocks and build 10 blocks out on the front of the top of the bed. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then on the back side of the bed, you're going to build it 8 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now take your solid block, and every second block now, you're going to, on either side, put 3 blocks. 1, 2, 3. Alrighty. Once you have that all done, you should have 10 rows on each side, so for a total of 20. Now what you're going to do is you're going to place a redstone block on either on the inside and on the outside of each of these ones. Once that is complete, the build should be looking like this. Next, on each of these lines, you're going to build up 11 blocks in the air. 8, 9, 10, 11. Once you're completed, everything should be looking just like this. Now, if you're like me, you're going to want to do this next part, but if not, it's completely optional to you. You're going to place sea lanterns just along the edge beside the redstone blocks, just across here. Then you're going to place sea lanterns from this block to this block, 3 high. Once you finish that, you're going to come down to this block right here, place a solid block over top of it, redstone block going this way, and 3 solid blocks coming out here. Then in the corners along here, just place some solid blocks, just like that. Next, you're going to grab powered rails and put 3 along every single line here. Alright, now, on each end of these powered rails, you're just going to place a regular rail. Now you're going to come to this end, place a powered rail, and then connect these up with regular rails. You're then going to break this powered rail and place powered rails along these blocks like this, just like that. Next up is you're going to take one final round of powered rails and you're going to place them on each of the redstone blocks, going from this end to this end. Don't go from that end to that end, because then your rails won't line up properly. Yeah, and that's the underneath rail system. All the villagers that drop down from these will all come to this one central area. The next thing we're going to do is install one trading line, and I'll show you how all of it comes together, and then we'll build them all for the rest of them, and then we'll move on. Before we do that though, we're just going to quickly break these as they're not needed. Then you're going to take your solid blocks, and you're going to place them along the top here. Then you quickly build up 5 more blocks up. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you're going to build up another 7 across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then just connect the two up. Should be looking like that. This will be the entrance. Then you're going to build up another along the side here, another 6 blocks on each end. Now, starting from this block, you're going to build up another 6. And then just along the top here, you're just going to build up from the 5 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just like that. The next thing you're going to do is going to build up 4 blocks up on either side of the entrance in the front here. And then you're going to double it up as well. Okay, now we can get to building the actual components. First off, we're going to get 2 slime blocks there, just as a temporary block. And you're going to try to get a sticky piston facing this block right here. Just like that. Then you're going to remove that slime block and add redstone block to that. Just like that. And we'll push that block out. This is where the villager is going to be sitting. Alrighty, place another redstone block just like this, and now you're going to make this shape with these slime blocks. It's going to be 2 attached to these redstone, 1 there, 1 up, and 1 more right here. So it's 4 up, and then 1 over. And you're going to build this on both sides. Once you have those in place, you're going to place a temporary slime block here, and then another sticky piston right here. And you can remove that slime block. And you're going to build up 4 blocks on either end, just like that. 2, 3, 4. And build up 3 on these. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Next, you're going to place 4 temporary slime blocks. Then you're going to just quickly break the 3. Place a solid block here. And a sticky piston facing downwards. Then you can break this block. Next, you're going to place 1 piece of obsidian here, and a solid block right here. Now come along to the right side, and you're going to place 4 blocks going along this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you're going to take a sea lantern, place it right there, and place 1 right here. Then, come over to the side on top of this tower, place a temporary block, and another sticky piston facing into this block. Alrighty. Then, you're going to place a repeater going into this block here, a repeater right here next to this block, and then a repeater going into this block. And you're going to connect all of that with redstone. Just like this. Now come down to the underside of this block. Place the lever. Turn it on. Now this piston is extended, it's connected to the slime blocks. So the next time that you press this, this happens. This block will come up, that block will retract. If you want now, you can go ahead and connect these two lines across the solid blocks here. Alright, this is where the two start differing a little bit. So we'll build this one first. What we're going to do is connect this to redstone, place some more redstone on top of it, place one solid block on top of the piston head, just like that. Then we're going to grab a redstone torch, place that on top, and then place the solid block on top of this redstone torch, just like that. Then we're going to place a temporary block, another solid block, one more temporary block, and a solid block right there. Break your temporary blocks now. Off of this block, you're going to place a sticky piston facing downwards. Then you're going to take just a simple redstone dust line and connect it all the way up into this block. Next, you're going to place 3 slime blocks on here, and then 1 redstone block just right there. Next thing you do, place a temporary block right there, place redstone on either side of it. Redstone block, that is. Alright, then you can break it. For just this first one, you'll only just need that, the 2 of them. The rest of them, you just need to put the redstone block along this side. This next side's a little bit easier. And just click the redstone here to connect that. Place a solid block on top of it. Redstone going in. And now we're going to just do a really simple tower staircase with solid blocks, just like this. You're going to go up 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. And come down here, and have a sticky piston facing downwards, just like that. And you're going to connect 2 slime blocks to it, and 1 redstone block. Now again, you'll have to do a temporary block there, put a redstone block here, and one on the other side of it. Alright, and you can break these temporary ones too. Then you just need to connect the redstone. When that activates, this will be a straight line. So this line's going to have this pattern, while this line's going to be straight. Alright, now we're going to build the second ones. The second ones are basically identical, other than this platform right that's on the top there. So I'll show you what's up with that whenever we get to it. So let's just quickly build up these again. Alrighty. Now that everything's basically the same, I'll show you what to do. So this side, you come out 1 and then go in 4. For this one, you're going to come out 2 and then go in 5. Just like that. Alright, and then regular sea lantern right there. Get your temporary block right here with your sea lantern. Bam, there you go. Alright. Then you're going to grab your repeater 4. Same thing, repeater goes in here. Repeater just right there. But we're going to have 2 repeaters right here. This is so that the redstone lines don't intersect with each other and you don't have to worry about anything. Then we're just going to connect those up. One thing I quickly forgot to mention. while doing this is you'll need to replace this redstone line right here with a redstone repeater, just to make sure that everything's all good. Because otherwise the lines will connect. Now we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Alrighty, now that we have 2 slices built on each end, what all you're gonna do is you're just gonna duplicate these, going all the way down. So you repeat this pattern next here, this one in the 4th slot, and then the 5th slot will be that first pattern again, the 6th slot will be the second pattern. And then you're just going to repeat it again on this side, going all the way down. At this point, the villager trading hall should be looking like this. I'm just flying around to give you all a better perspective of everything, so just to recap there, that I'll go through everything slowly just to make sure that you can see how everything's supposed to look. Make sure everything functions correctly. Make sure that this side has 2, this side has 3. So you see everything that happens whenever that clicks that goes up, that releases. And also to make sure that this side is 1 block in, this side's 1 block out, 1 block in. And same thing on the other side. Make sure this is 1 block in, 1 block out. And that this side has, instead of going straight up, has the redstone torching and then comes over like this. This is important. The arrangement of this is important for when you're going to be placing the rails later. The next step is to build 9 blocks across here. So you're going to get 1, 2, 9. Then we're going to remove this block right here. It's not necessary. And then you're going to build 1 row going all the way across on both sides here. So you're then going to fill in these corners. So it's just going to be, so for this one it'll just be 2 on this end. And then it'll be 3 on this end. 6 in total. And you're going to take glass blocks and fill the outsides. Then you're going to do 1 more ring, just so that this middle strip is empty. You'll see what I mean in a minute. So you have to place the block here and then go straight along until you get to the end. Place 1 block here, straight along. And in the middle here, you're just going to place sea lanterns. Again, if you're not like crazy like me, you don't need to put the sea lanterns. I'm just really careful when it comes to villagers. Then take more of your solid blocks, and from this end, you're going to place, on the second block in, you're going to place 3 blocks out. You're going to do this on both ends, so 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to go up 6 blocks, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to go all the way over. Until you're right in line with this other side. And you're going to connect that up. Drop back down here. Then you're going to connect from this block up and just fill it. This will be the back. Alright guys, we're going to take our solid blocks, and from the 4th block in, you're going to just build straight out. And then when you get to the other side, just do the exact same thing. When that's all done, you should have a track that's going all the way around, just like this. Next, in front of each of these blocks that are pushed out by the pistons, we're going to go along the line here and place a solid block. Do the same thing for the other side. Before we move on to the next tip, I also wanted to just mention this last module on the right side doesn't need to have the tower and the slime box added to it. It just needs this piston pushed forward. That's because just the way the rail line's set up. So out of all the contraptions, this is the only one that doesn't need this top lever. And again, it's the one that's on the very last one on the right side, so the western side. You're then going to take your regular rails and place them along here. Place them in the corners here. And then again on this side. Then, for the next step, you want to take your powered rails, and starting from this end and going all the way around, you want to place them in the middle here. So, just like this, and place 2 powered rails coming this way. For whenever the villagers are coming back, let's say you have this pod activated. Whenever this redstone block comes down, it'll power this rail, making it go this way, and then the villager will drop down onto that block. So whenever the villager comes in, it'll go like this, drop down onto that, and you flick this, and it lands right back down here. Now we're going to go light block crazy. If you don't really want to do this, you don't have to. You can just substitute with any block you want. I just like providing with lots of light levels. So we're going to attach a sea lantern to this split redstone block, and we're going to go to a straight line all the way down to the other end. For the next step, you're going to place a solid block here, and then 3 light sources just like that. So one here, and one on top of that solid block you just placed. And we're going to do that for all 20 of these slots here. So solid block, 1, 2, 3. Everything should be looking like this now. Nice and uniform. Nice and lit up. Next, you're going to come into the trading hall itself, and then you're going to build up 6 blocks on the front here. Or, sorry, build up 5 blocks in the front here. 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you're going to fill in another 5 in this spot too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you're going to fill in 6 blocks in these spaces. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Same on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When you're finished, it should be looking like this. Next, in the middle of each of these columns, along this block, we're going to place 2 glass blocks. Next up, we're going to place a staircase, any kind of stairs you like, upside down just like this, along all of the glass bottoms. The last thing to do is to place upside down stairs along the bottom of each of these sea lanterns or light sources. Next, we're just going to place light sources on top of each of these staircases. Now you're going to take slabs of any kind, place them on the middle half of this, just like that. When you're done, it should be looking just like this. This will prevent any kind of mobs from being able to get in there and attack the villagers, including skeletons or even raid bosses or raid members whenever they try to attack. Once this right here is wherever your village or workstation is going to go. Hey guys, I just made a quick mistake there. So what you're going to want to do actually is you're going to want to take out these blocks right here just like that. This one, and then place that one, an upside down staircase, just like that. That's how it's supposed to be. My bad. There, when you're all done, it should be looking just like this. It has to be like this because if it was done the other way, whenever you have your workstation right here, there's a chance that the XP might get caught in the hole there. So having it this way with the staircases let out, it gives the XP a chance to get out. So you don't have to worry about any XP being like lost or anything like that. Alrighty guys, that's the hall all built. Pretty much. The hall side all built. So now we can move on to the zombifying station plus potion brewer and then the splash station where the zombie gets splashed with the potion. Alright, on to the zombifier. From here you're gonna build out 5 solid blocks. Put 1 redstone block, another solid block, followed by 3 redstone blocks. Next up, place a light source block here, followed by 2 solid blocks here, and then 3 coming along the end just like that. And you're going to place a temporary block right here, like a sticky piston. Place the sticky piston right there. You can remove this temporary block now. Then other than this block, we're going to place solid blocks. Other than this block and this block, we're going to place solid blocks surrounding all of this. Now for the second round, you can place a block here, but leave the space empty. This is where we're going to be putting the zombie. Place a light source in each corner here. And then solid blocks along the top. Then place 2 solid blocks right here. This will make sure that the zombie doesn't have any sunlight coming into it. It will be wearing a helmet, but it's just good to be safe, you know. Alright, time to wrangle us up a zombie. Next thing to do is create a temporary track so that you can get the zombie in there. So you're going to place a powered rail here, regular rail, and wherever you have your zombie captured. Alrighty, I just have something set up like this just for a simple demonstration. When the zombie gets into here, you won't have to worry about hitting you or anything like that. And he won't bounce back out of here because this rail's not powered. Once you guys got yourself a zombie that can hold items, you're going to throw it a good nice helmet, good strong sword. You're just going to quickly name tag the good dude so he doesn't despawn. Alrighty, now that you got him in that box, you're going to replace the rail there. And then you're going to break this block so he tries to come after you. Bam. He'll be in the minecart now. Now you're just going to come around the back here. Place that block. Put a button on there. Push it. There you go. He's in. Now you just got to break that rail. And this one. And then solid blocks. Bam. He will never move from there. You can tear down your temporary station now. Alrighty, what we're going to do next is build up the rail system a little bit more. So you're going to place a solid block here, followed by... So you're going to place a redstone block here, followed by 2 solid blocks. Then you're going to do solid block, redstone block, another solid block. Then you're going to put another redstone block here, there's a solid block here. One last solid block, followed by a redstone block. Then put a temporary block here and a solid block there. You can remove this now. Alrighty, the next step is come into the back here, temporarily break this block, and place down a powered rail. Next you're going to place a powered rail here and a powered rail there. You can then come back to this side, break this powered rail, and replace the block that's there. Now you're going to place a regular rail there, powered rail here and here, regular rail in the corners here, powered rail going across, powered rail going this way. Now, actually, I'm going to break this one right here. Alright, now what we're going to do is powered rail here and here. followed by a regular rail going like this, and then a powered rail going here. Then you can put the powered rail back right there. Next you're going to take the detector rail, put it right there. Alrighty, now you can connect this all up with powered rails, so you can connect this line here. So at this point your rail system should look like this. The rails will come straight through here, it'll get zombified, come out around over here, and then go up to this. Next we're going to put in the T flip-flops. I'm not sure if anybody else has come up with this design or not, or if it was really before, but this is a design that I came up with a couple months ago. It's just a really simple T flip-flop design. So what you can do is you're going to come up one block right here, stick your piston facing up with a block. Then you're going to put a redstone dust going into this. Put up another solid block right here, the redstone repeater facing this way. Build up 2 more blocks, and on the end of this block you're going to put a redstone torch. Now, crouch, place down a hopper, and a hopper going inside it. Make sure this one is into this hopper. You're going to break this one, and then point it into that, so that they are pointing into each other. Then you're going to put a redstone dust on top of this. This is a basic, really basic T flip-flop. And the only thing you have to do is now just put one singular block or item into this right here. And then the last thing you have to do is get a output signal. So you're going to take a comparator here and the repeater in front of it. And we're going to go 1, 2, break this block, 3, 4, 5, put a solid block here, 6. So it's going to be 6 pieces of redstone dust in total. So whenever this comes up, this will activate the T flip-flop, pushing this over when the zombies and when the villager arrives in here. So it'll get stuck in there, leaving enough time for the zombie to zombify it. Alright, now we gotta make the second one. So what we're gonna do is put a solid block here, place a temporary block right there, and then another block on top. Then we're just gonna quickly place a light source right here. Alright, next you want to grab your glass, put a temporary glass block here, followed by 4 glass going out this way. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can now break this glass block. Then we're going to put a temporary glass block right here, and another glass block right here. You can break this one now. Then place a temporary one on the side here, and one up top there. And break this one. So yeah, should be looking just like that right now. Next you're going to take a solid block, place it right there. Have a sticky piston facing up. This thing, you're basically building this circuit all over again. So place another block here. With the repeater. And we're going to connect this redstone up to that detector rail right there. Next, we're just going to place some sea lanterns on either side of this, one on the other side of that, just for good measure. Alrighty. So yeah, place 2 more solid blocks. Redstone torch. Yeah, I'm gonna place a hopper going into that and that. Break this one hopper, and then have another hopper going into it like that. The spouts should be facing each other. Then I'm just gonna place redstone dust on top of that. Fill this hopper with 1 block. They're going to place a temporary block right there, and place 3 blocks out this way. And you can then break this block here. And then place a temporary block here, block there, another temporary block here, and a solid block here. And break these. Now we go all the way across here until we get in line with this block here. Then we go all the way, so that's 3 blocks in, and then 1 block right here. Next up, you're going to take your redstone repeater, place it, a redstone comparator, and place it right here. The repeater going up this way. And take redstone dust, and go 1, 2, 3. And take 3 repeaters, 1, 2, 3. You're going to set all 3 of these repeaters to 4 ticks. Then you're going to place a sticky piston facing this way with any block that you really want, but I choose a glass block. Then you're going to have an observer facing this way, and you're going to have redstone, 3 pieces going into this block here. So, how the system works is whenever your villager comes through on this detector rail, it will activate both of these T flip-flops. So this first one sends this rail over here, locking the villager in there. And then the second one activates, but it's on a delay. So after, I don't know, about 5-10 seconds, enough time for the villager to be zombified, this will push out, activating the observer, which then activates this redstone torch for 1 tick, moving the item. And that will make this sticky piston come back out, letting the villager free. Home stretch. Alright guys, now we're going to connect up this rail line up to the top there. So what you're going to do is place a temporary block, just another solid block there, followed by a solid block there. You can break these 2, place a solid block there, redstone block in between, followed by a solid block. Then you build out 2, just like that, followed by a redstone block right there. And from this block we're going to go up 6, so temporary block 1, 6. And you're just going to build out 1 block from the 6th block. You can get rid of all these temporary blocks now. Then I'm going to put the redstone block right here, followed by 2 blocks right here. Another redstone block, and then solid blocks for the rest of the way, continue in a straight line until you connect it up. And one thing I just noticed now, you can just put a couple blocks, solid blocks right here. There. That'll fix that. Alrighty, now we're going to connect this rail line up. So we're just going to put powered rails, another regular rails just right there. Your powered rails come up the top. Get your last 2 regular rails in there. The plug. The powered rail. 2 more powered rails after this redstone block, and then you're going to put a detector rail right here. And then the rest of them, powered by rails. So that's all the rails actually in for everything. So you shouldn't. I have 2 more in my inventory, so I might have given you extra there, but better safe than sorry. Alright, just a couple more things to do. So we're going to place a solid block right here. Temporary block right there, solid block, temporary block, solid block, standard temporary block, followed by a solid block. You're then going to put solid block here, and a solid block there. You're then going to put a temporary block right here, here and here, Then you can break these two temporary blocks. Now you can break all your temporary blocks that you need. Alrighty. And along the bottom side of this block, you're going to place a dispenser. Make sure it's a dispenser. You can then break this block right here. I'm going to have a repeater right here, and then connect redstone dust up into this dispenser right here. Then into this side of the dispenser, we're going to place a hopper facing into it, and we're going to put a chest on top of that. On top of that chest, we're going to put 2 light sources. Sea lanterns, because you can open chests with sea lanterns. Then, going into this chest, you're going to want 1 hopper, just like that. So when the villager comes along here, it'll get splashed with the potion, and end up in its cell. There's only one more thing to build. It's the potion brewer and potion delivery system. Since this design is not my design, I'm going to link the video to you and show you how to build, and let Silent show you how to build it, because it's Silentwisperer's design. I think it'd be good for him to get some more views, to get some clicks in there, some more subscribers, so go subscribe to him. I'll show you where to start building it, though. Alright, so what you're going to do is you're going to count 4 blocks from this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you're going to count 6 blocks going this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This block, this is where you will start building the potion brewer. So whenever you're looking at the tutorial, this is where you're going to place your first starting block. Alright, I'm just going to quickly build up the potion brewer for you, and then we can move. Alright guys, I got the potion brewer all built up here. This is the same as Silent's design. The only difference is I don't use barrels in this design because, you know, villagers, they like to interact with it. And I put a double chest at the bottom here instead of the single chest. I'm going to show you some things that I do to this to modify it. I just give it essentially more storage space. So, alright, time for the additions that I add to this potion brewer. So what you're going to do is you're going to come here, build up 5 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just like that. And you're going to place ladders going up there. Just like this. Alright. Now you want a hopper going into this. Chest right here. And chest right here. This is going to be for the water bottles. This extra water bottle storage. It's always nice to have that. Then you're going to have a dropper right here facing this way, with a hopper going into it. Next, you're going to grab some glass blocks, place them here. Temporary glass block right there. Break that. Place a couple more here. Alright. You're going to place a couple more blocks here. So there's going to be 5 glass blocks going along the back here. Place 1 more glass block there. Connect these 2 up. Then on this end sides, you're going to build up 1 block each. Place 1 block there. Now what you're going to do is you're going to break this block right here. Replace it with soul sand. Then you're going to take a sign. And place it on this block right here. Just like that. Alrighty. Temporarily break this glass and place down a water source right here. Followed by 2 water sources right here. And go ahead and replace the glass. Alright, from this block here, we're going to go up 5 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to grab a hopper, put it into the side of that dropper right there. Followed by this one goes right here. Just like that. Then we're going to put ladders going up the sides here. We're going to go up this ladder over here. Then we're going to go place a solid block out here. Hopper going into the second one there. And a hopper going into the 4th one. And you're going to place So chest. Just like that. Now you'll be able to access these nice and easily, and it'll keep all the droppers nice and full. Alright, your machine should be looking like this right now. Next thing that we're going to do is we're going to come up here and build up blocks all the way up to the top here. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Then you're just going to put ladders going all the way up that. So this way you'll be able to reach this chest up here too. Last thing you're going to do is just going to place one hopper going into the side right here, and chest right there. This is going to be for your blaze powder. Yeah, then you just need to fill that all up with all the ingredients, and you're all good to go. Alright, now we're going to take a packed ice, build it up. So you're going to build the ice out 3 blocks this way, and then 5 blocks this way. Now we're just going to build up glass layers here. Make sure to fill up each layer with a layer of water. Alrighty, when you get up to this point, you're just going to put glass along the sides here. Then you're going to take your slab of any kind, place one right here next to this hopper, and one right here in this corner here. Then you're just going to place the last 2 water sources, one right here, and one right there. I would now take solid blocks and cover up the top of this portion of the waterway, just like that, so you don't have to worry about anything. Now we're going to take solid blocks from this end all the way to the other end. Also forgot, guys, you're gonna have to just quickly move these blocks here. Same with these dirt blocks. And you just gotta replace those with packed ice. Place a temporary block there, and then just place the glass block. Yeah, if you don't have the ice there, the items won't make it to the bubble stream, unfortunately. Alright, next thing to do is we put a comparator coming out of this. Put it on subtract mode. 3 pieces of redstone dust. Redstone repeater going into this. The redstone repeater right here. You just connect these up. Make sure this comparator is on subtract mode, so anything that pops into this will automatically get shot out. Alright, only one more thing to do. We just gotta put a roof on this thing. The roof will make sure that none of your zombie villagers get burned up. If you're building this underground, you don't have to really worry about this, but if you're building this above ground, you should definitely put a roof on. Alright, you want to come up to the top here, where you made that top line. You're going to build out 4 blocks. So you're going to go put a block there, 2, 3, 4, just like that. And we're going to come over here. We're going to come 3 blocks this way. 1, 2, 3. Now connect this side all the way over to that side. Alright, and then connect this side up here. And from this block right here, you're going to build out 6 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. Now you're just going to go all the way down from this end to that end. Bam, and then connect these 2 up. Alrighty. This entire space here that you filled in, now you're going to want to fill in with solid blocks. Alrighty, now at this point you can either put slabs on the top of this roof, or, like me, you can put light sources. So I put one just on the corner inside from here. So yeah, I'm going to count 6 out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'm going to count 3 over. 1, 2, 3. Just like that. And then place another one right there. And then do the same thing, but placing them on the outside. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Do the same thing for the other side. Then just like that. This will completely cover the top of this. Now that you have this in, I would just go around and light up areas that you think are dark. Last thing to do is just place sea lanterns in here so that mobs cannot get in. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to place some porch slabs just right here so no baby zombies can get in there and don't have to worry about villagers getting hurt up. Alright, everything is all built up now. You have everything in components. The only thing left to do is to fill up the potion brewer, and then you can start putting villages in here. So I'll show you how to, I'll get the potion brewer all filled up, and then I'll show you how to put in villagers. Last thing you're going to add to the potion brewer is just a lever right here. I'm just going to flick it on for now. Alrighty, once you got your potion brewer all filled up with your blaze powder in here, filled up with that, you got your nether wart, your fermented spider's eye, your redstone dust, and your glow, and your gunpowder right here. What you're going to do is you're going to prime it by pressing this right here, and then you're going to flick this lever off. That'll fill it, and then as you can see, all your ingredients are right in here. And every time you want a potion, and it's done, every time this potion is done brewing, you just click this button. Alrighty, once your potions are all ready, just click this button here, as you'll see. Those will shoot out and be loaded right into this dispenser right here, ready to go. So you're going to want to spend a little while here filling up this dispenser and then filling up this chest up here with potions. Alrighty. Once you have a decent amount of splash potions and weaknesses, it's time to come down here and add the final thing. We're going to add a rail extension to this. This is where we're going to add the villagers in. So what we're going to do is we're going to quickly just break these 3 rails. Put some rails going this way. Break this rail again. And then replace these 3 rails. So now we're just going to go. So this line's going to lead to, let's say you have a villager breeder or something like that. That's close by to this or something like that. It's going to lead to that. Now before you push them along, you're going to want to find the spot where you want to put the villager. So, for me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in this slot right here. So, see how that pops up, and that slot's there. So, if we go up here, the villager comes around. Because the rail's pointing in here, it'll drop right down in that. We'll break this workstation. And then send them off. Click this lever again, drop down here. Place your workstation down, then wait for him to cure. As you can notice, he didn't burn at all. It's fully daylight, so you don't have to worry about him taking any damage from burning. And the fall damage that he takes whenever the minecart lands on top there, it doesn't really matter because when you cure them, they go back to full health. One thing to remember is I could have put this guy in any one of these cells right here. As you're loading them in, you have the freedom to do that. Once all 20 slots are filled in, though, they cannot change from their slots. They have to stay in that one because you can't, with this system, unfortunately, you can't send 2 villagers at once. It can only do 1 per system. It's if you try to spam it, it'll break the system. So, pro tip: 1 zombification per run with this villager setup. It's still pretty quick though. Alright, our villager's all cured. I just need to fill in the rest of these guys. Yeah, guys, from this point on, you can just do whatever you want with the design of the villager trading farm. This is just the bare skeleton of it, but you can pretty it up however you like to do it from this point on. Obviously, you can build more than just 20 slots. You can build up to 40, I think, with this design would be the limit. Well, thank you for watching the tutorial. I hope you really found it educational and that it helped you out with the villager solving. I had fun building it. A big shout out to the inspirers of this, Megatronic, Silentwisperer, and ImpulseSV. I was very, very inspired by those guys to do all of this. Make sure to subscribe to their YouTube channels and follow their Twitters. I really appreciate it.